we are of the considered view that the learned single bench was fully justified in setting aside the rejection and issuing appropriate directions. In the light of the above, we find no grounds to interfere with the order passed by the learned single bench dated 20/11/2023. The order also makes it clear that the permission will be subject to reasonable restrictions that shall be communicated to the applicant who sought for permission. With the above observation, the appeal stands dismissed. Thank you.
ধর্মতলায় বিজেপিকে সভা করার অনুমতি দিল কলকাতা হাইকোর্ট। সিঙ্গেল বেঞ্চের নির্দেশ বহাল রাখলেন প্রধান বিচারপতি টি.এস. শিবগানম এবং হিরণময় ভট্টাচার্যের ডিভিশন বেঞ্চ। বিজেপিকে সভা করার অনুমতি দিয়ে আদালত জানিয়েছে, কর্মসূচির জন্য কলকাতা পুলিশের ওয়েবসাইটে দেওয়া শর্ত মানতে হবে, তবে অতিরিক্ত কোনো শর্ত যে সভার আয়োজকদের উপরে চাপানো যাবে না তা স্পষ্ট করে দিয়েছে কলকাতা হাইকোর্ট। এই মামলায় ২১ জুলাই তৃণমূলের শহীদ দিবসের কর্মসূচির প্রসঙ্গও ওঠে। প্রধান বিচারপতি বলেন, ২১ জুলাইয়ের সভা বাতিল করে দিচ্ছি, আমরা সব বন্ধ করে দিচ্ছি, কোনো মিটিং মিছিল সভা নয়, একটাই সমাধান, সবার জন্য সব কর্মসূচি বন্ধ করেছি। সেটা করলে কি ভালো হবে? রাজনৈতিকভাবে অযথা কেন সমস্যা তৈরি করা হচ্ছে? ২ সপ্তাহ আগে আবেদন করা যথেষ্ট। প্রসঙ্গত বিজেপির তরফে রাজ্যের শাসক দলের ২১ জুলাইয়ের কর্মসূচির প্রসঙ্গ তোলা হয়েছিল। তৃণমূল ওই দিন ধর্মতলায় সভা করতে পারলে তারা কেন পারবেন না? আদালতে সেই প্রশ্নই তোলে বিজেপি। আগের দিন শুনানিতে বিজেপির আইনজীবী বিল্লদল ভট্টাচার্য প্রশ্ন করেন, শাসক দল যেমন রাজনৈতিক কর্মসূচি করে বিজেপিও তেমন করতে চায়, তাহলে অসুবিধার কি আছে? শুক্রবার সেই মামলার শুনানিতে প্রধান বিচারপতির মন্তব্য, রাজ্যে এসব কর্মসূচি লেগেই থাকে, মানুষের সুবিধা অসুবিধা নিয়ে তারা ভাবেন না। সরকারি কর্মচারী, রাজনৈতিক দল, স্বেচ্ছাসেবী সংস্থা সবাই রাস্তা আটকে মিছিল করে, পুলিশও অনুমতি দিয়ে দেয়। এটা এখানে খুব সাধারণ বিষয়। অন্য রাজ্যে আমার অভিজ্ঞতা আলাদা। হাইকোর্ট থেকে যাওয়ার জন্য গতকালও পুলিশের তরফ থেকে 2টি চিঠি পাঠানো হয়েছে, বলা হয়েছে আমাদের বিকল্প রাস্তা ব্যবহার করতে। তিনি আরও বলেন, আবার কর্মসূচি হলে সবাই তাই করবে, মানুষ ঘুরে ঘুরে যাবে। রাজ্যের উদ্দেশ্যে প্রধান বিচারপতির প্রশ্ন, অনেকে অনেক কিছু করছে, তবুও রং দেখা হচ্ছে কেন? মানুষকে অন্য রাস্তা দিয়ে ঘুরিয়ে দিন, কি করা যাবে? ছট পূজা নিয়েও রাস্তা বন্ধ ছিল, মানুষ অন্য জায়গা দিয়ে ঘুরে গিয়েছে। এ প্রসঙ্গে তার সংযোজন, তো আগেও আবেদন করার পরও আপনারা এটাকে নিয়ে যদি অনুমতি না দেন, তাহলে তো রাজ্যে কোনো কর্মসূচিই করা যাবে না। তাহলে আমরা বলে দিচ্ছি, রাজ্যের কোথাও কোনো কর্মসূচি হবে না। রাজ্যের তরফে নিয়মের কথা বলায় প্রধান বিচারপতি বলেন, নিয়মের কথা বলছেন? শাসক দলের কর্মসূচির ক্ষেত্রে এই নিয়ম কি আপনারা মানেন? তাদের ক্ষেত্রে কি কি নিয়ম মানেন সে তালিকা নিয়ে আসুন। নিজের অভিজ্ঞতার কথা জানিয়ে প্রধান বিচারপতি বলেন, বালিগঞ্জ এলাকায় রাত 3টে পর্যন্ত ড্রাম বাজিয়ে লরির উপরে লোকজন শোভাযাত্রা করেছে। 4 দিন আগে দেখলাম ট্রাকের মাথায় একটি শিশুকে নিয়ে লোক যাচ্ছে, ধরে বসার কিছু জায়গা নেই, পণ্যবাহী গাড়িতে মানুষ যাচ্ছে, পুলিশ কিছু বলছে না। এটা তো আইন লঙ্ঘন করছে। কোনো নোটিশ না দিয়ে গোটা শহরকে স্তব্ধ করে দিয়েছিল কুর্মী সম্প্রদায়। কেন এমন হবে? আদালত এগুলো দেখেছে। উচ্চ আদালতের রায় এবং এই পর্যবেক্ষণের পর বিজেপির আইনজীবী লোকনাথ চট্টোপাধ্যায় এবং সূর্যনীল দাস সংবাদ মাধ্যমকে বলেন, রাজ্য সরকার শাসক দল এবং বিরোধী দলগুলির উপর সম্পূর্ণ ভিন্ন দুই আচরণ করছে। রাজ্য প্রশাসন যে বৈষম্যমূলক আচরণ করছে তার প্রমাণ আজকের আদালতের এই রায়। 21 জেলার সভাস্থলে আগামী 29 নভেম্বর তাদের বিশেষ কর্মসূচি করার অনুমতি চেয়েছিল বিজেপি। সেই সভায় কেন্দ্রীয় স্বরাষ্ট্রমন্ত্রী অমিত শাহকেও আনার পরিকল্পনা আছে বঙ্গ বিজেপির শীর্ষ নেতৃত্বের, কিন্তু পুলিশের কাছে এ ব্যাপারে আবেদন করা হলে তারা সে আবেদন 2 বার ফিরিয়ে দেন। যুক্তি হিসেবে দেখানো হয় সবার জন্য ওই জায়গাটি ফাঁকা নেই। পুলিশের ওই সিদ্ধান্তকে চ্যালেঞ্জ করে হাইকোর্টের দ্বারস্থ হয়েছিল পদ্ম শিবির। একক বেঞ্চ সবার জন্য নির্দেশ দিল, তাদের বিরুদ্ধে প্রধান বিচারপতি ডিভিশন বেঞ্চে যায় রাজ্য সরকার। এবার সেই ধর্মতলায় বিজেপিকে সভা করার অনুমতি দিয়ে রাজ্য সরকারকে কড়া বার্তা দিলেন প্রধান বিচারপতি টি.এস. শিবগানম এবং হিরণময় ভট্টাচার্যের ডিভিশন বেঞ্চ।
Milord, it was made on 18th of October.
And that was also rejected, saying out of time.
Out of time. This time is also out of time.
But then, if you see the advisory,
Yes, sir.
it actually gives some sort of a discretion if applied between 2
Yes,
to
yes,
3 weeks.
yes, yes,
So therefore, how do you say that this is 23 days in
Yes.
advance they have given,
yes.
short of 7 days? And you're trying to unnecessarily precipitate a problem.
Milord, may I say this, Milord? May I say this, Milord? May I place that part once more, Milord? application shall only be taken into consideration.
We can do one thing, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
We will also ban 21st of July
Yes.
program. We'll ban all programs from today onwards. No rallies, no public meetings, no blockage of roads. Nothing can be done. We'll ban everything. We'll ban everything.
May I say this, Milord?
That's the best thing. The solution is everybody is being treated equal. That's all. Huh? This is arbitrary. Unnecessarily, you are precipitating a problem, making it a political thing. See, 2 to 3 weeks
Yes.
prior to the schedule means so that it gives some reasonable time to the police authorities to consider.
Right, right.
So, how many of the programs which have been sponsored by organizations which are, what do you say, which share the same policies of the ruling dispensation have followed this? If you get those statistics, it will be amounting to washing dirty linen in public. That won't be proper. It is unnecessarily you are precipitating the issue. And the importance, you are adding importance to the issue. You are giving a color to the issue. They want to hold something, 10,000 people, 5,000 people. Everywhere, like Chat Puja was there. The entire traffic was blocked. All of us couldn't come through the other road near
Yes.
All India Radio.
Yes.
It was blocked. And even up to yesterday, procession is going on. In Old Baliganj Road, even at night, 3 a.m. today, people beating drums, that metal drums. Still 3 vans, 4 vans going. People sitting on top. What? They are all goods vehicle, not meant to transport people. And then this is a common phenomena which I found. That during these sort of festivals, police doesn't stop any of the goods vehicle which are carrying people. In fact, if you go to the MAC court, if suppose this vehicle meets with an accident,
Right.
absolutely they get no compensation. It is a clear violation of a policy condition. But police doesn't do that. In fact, traffic is regulated so that all these vehicles climb the MAF flyover. And these fellows are sitting on top of the driver's cabin. I saw the 4-5 days back with a small child on the lap, and he's got nothing to hold on. Suppose there is a sudden brake he has to apply, he'll be straight thrown in front of the vehicle.
Right.
And in fact, the earlier this position, the same thing happened about around 15 to 18 years back in my home state. Thereafter, all this was banned. Transporting people, because suppose you are holding a political rally, and people throughout the state have to assemble in, let us say, Kolkata. And the concerned district party heads, the local MLA, etc., have to ensure that this, all right, from Bardhaman, we have to have at least 15,000 people mandate. How do you transport 15,000? Earlier in my home state also, they used to come in lorries. Then police put a complete ban on them. Thereafter, buses started. Private buses are there, good conditions, fare buses. They will be taken everywhere. They attend the rally, food, etc., Marina Beach, this, that, Burma Market, go back, Tirupati, and then back to there.
On those days, the private buses are off the road.
No, private buses are hijacked.
I see.
Nobody pays for it and others. How do, and when there is a sponsorship by the ruling dispensation, nothing they can do. And all those buses are also regulated here in that Maidan area.
Yes.
They say red pass will be parked here. But here, all the people are being transported by goods vehicle. Very rare, of course, from people coming from faraway distances, they came by buses. In fact, you had argued one matter where that 5 rail junction they wanted to block.
Yes. Kurmi agitation.
Kurmi.
Yes.
That agitation. Unfortunately, it fizzled out. But for 1 week hence, without any notice, they've jammed the entire Kolkata. You remember? And a lot of our ACOs, AR codes could not reach because the entire Hooghly Bridge was full of people.
Right.
We can do one thing.
My lord, may I only make
If
a suggestion?
if your advisory is so wonderfully implemented without any default, we will say from today there shall be no processions, no public meetings, nothing to be held in any public corner, any places. And if at all you want to publish it, you use the social media and you do.
Well, I had a suggestion, my lord. But I had a
This is the-
suggestion. Please consider
the,
this.
the fact is that 2 to 3 weeks, assuming you are not able to pass an order prior to the event. Let us assume, forget about this case because it is being given a political color. A normal organization. Now this DA issue is there. Everybody wanted that. They said, what is it called? Pen down.
Yes.
After pen down, they will go to the streets. And they have not sought for any permission, oral permission, etc. 5, 6, one federation is there. There are almost 50 unions, which are that federation secretary also used to remain in court every day when the cases were. Suddenly, all of them assemble in the road and squat in the road. Something happened about 4 or 6 weeks back. I don't know whether it was a road traffic accident or anything. Just before that, that Mayfair Road junction in Baliganj Road, small children, like all minor children, all of them lay down on the road. They just lay down the road. For almost, I am told, 4 to 6 hours, the entire traffic was blocked. We don't know what was the reason these children were there. And the parents or the wards were all in the pavement or in the bylines waiting to see what has happened. Nothing. Police could not do anything. You please ask any of your officers who are. You please ask them. They could not do anything. Then they had to cajole, etc.
Yes.
And some people take and then the police can physically lift them, saying, no, you didn't give an application within 30 days or 2 to 3 weeks before this event.
My lord, may I say this, my lord?
Sorry, sir. There's the only way we can do is ban all the programs.
My lord, kindly permit me to say this, my lord. But there is a place within 150 meters. In fact, there are 2 places. Within 150 meters.
Unnecessarily precipitating the issue, popularizing the program. That's all.
My lord, there is.
And this 10,000 will become 1 lakh.
My lord,
You
today,
leave it at that. We issue instructions. In fact, sir, that is what we say. Only after that Hanuman Jayanti program and Ram Navami celebrations, until then, there was nothing in place. To my knowledge, speaking for myself, there was nothing in place. And probably it will be a handwritten application that OC will say yes. And who this fellow is doing. That is why in that we had made an observation that it was a pre-planned attack. Bricks were taken to the 3rd floor of a building.
Yes.
From there it was thrown. So therefore it was a pre-planned attack, like 3 lorry loads of bricks on the buildings. We have heard Mr. Kishore.
Lord, kindly permit me to make some submission. But number 1 is, my lord, let them hold it on 29th, my lord, 150 meters away. I'll tell you, lordship, which is a place where regular, my lord, programs are held. At least 50 programs are held every year, which is called, my lord, Rani Rashmani. I mean, just across, my lord, the Governor House from here, where, my lord, 10,000 people can be accommodated. 200 vehicles can be parked, as your lordships have the experience in and around the Maidan. But it's just beside the my lord, Shahid Minar. They can hold it over there. But there's another place called Y Channel, which is about 170 meters from that place. There also they can hold it on that day, but there might be some difficulty in accommodating 200 vehicles unless they can park it at Maidan and go over there. But this is, my lord, our suggestion, my lord, if the writ petitioners, my lord, can accept one of those.
All right, sir. We'll consider.
And, my lord, the other thing is, my lord, on the legal aspect, my lord, kindly, my lord, your lordships were pleased to consider, my lord, in that Kurmi order. But in regard to, my lord, the Shaheen Bagh's judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court, the 2 orders, my lord, I'll be placing before.
This will lead to a complete ban. We will hear you. Let the affidavits be filed. The appeal will be entertained. We will ban all, including 27th of July.
Milord,
That
please
if-
consider one thing, Milord. But
No,
in the
but-
Shaheen Bagh's matter,
Don't precipitate, sir. Don't precipitate the issue. Don't make it as a political issue.
Milord, may I say this, Milord? Let my learned friends consider and come back to your Lordship, Milord, at
That we will
later
decide,
part.
but please come. This intra-court appeal by the state of West Bengal and others is directed against the order dated 2011-2023 in WPA 2620 of 2023. This is in the said writ petition, the petitioner had challenged an order, a auto-generated order dated 7th November 2023, by which an application which was made by a political party for holding a meeting on the 29th of November 2023 at a particular location was rejected on the ground that the application has not been made within stipulated time frame given in the website of police. A similar rejection was made when the said political party made an earlier application dated 18/10/2023 for the program to be held on 28th November 2023. Subsequently, there appears to have been a change of date and a fresh application was made on 6/11/2023. Mr. Kishore Dattul and senior advocate appearing for the state of West Bengal drew our attention to the advisory for the applicants issued by the Kolkata police and submitted that in terms of the advisory, application shall only be taken into consideration if applied in between two TO 3 weeks within bracket neither before nor after bracket close prior to the scheduled program. Admittedly, the application has been made at least 23 days prior to the program, the date of the proposed program. On reading of the advisory, we find, the advisory is not a statute. It is, as the name suggests, it is an advisory to the applicant who seeks for permission to conduct a procession / rally / meeting, etc. A format has been prescribed for applying for such permission, which states that such permission, which contains certain conditions. After going through the advisory, we find that the advisory cannot be taken as a rigid rule, and in any event, the time limit of 2 to 3 weeks would itself suggest that it was that there is discretion vested with the authorities, and this time limit obviously is for the purpose of processing an application and cannot be used as a ground for rejection of an application. The court can take judicial notice of the fact that processions, meetings, rallies are a regular feature in the state of West Bengal and more particularly in Kolkata. There have been several instances which have come to the notice of this court where rallies, meetings, and agitations have been held where no permission has been obtained. In fact, very recently, there was a large gathering of people agitating for a particular issue, and the same paralyzed the entire traffic and movement in Kolkata. And the police were unable to, police had a tough time to control the situation. Thus, we are of the considered view that the learned single bench was fully justified in setting aside the rejection and issuing appropriate directions. In the light of the above, we find no grounds to interfere with the order passed by the learned single bench dated 2011-2023. The order also makes it clear that the permission will be subject to reasonable restrictions that shall be communicated to the applicant who sought for permission. With the above observation, the appeal stands dismissed. Thank you.
Only one submission subject to your lordship's kind convenience. But page 54, your lordships will be pleased to find there is a prescribed terms and conditions for the holding a rally or meeting. But since they have not come up with any additional terms and conditions, not kindly not dispose of the writ petition on that terms. Otherwise, they will again go to the honorable single judge and say, we will have to come back with instruction for laying down the terms and conditions.
Since the terms and conditions have already been set out in the format which has been uploaded in the website of the Kolkata Police, the permission, while granting permission, those 28 conditions shall be imposed, and the organizers shall abide by the condition.
Grateful to you.
In the light of the above, nothing would further survive in the no further orders are required in the writ petition. Therefore, the writ petition is also disposed of in terms of the above direction.
Grateful to you.
May I